Today, I'll be asking ChatGPT for help redesigning this character from my manga series, Devil's Paradise. But before we start, let me make two things really clear: what I will be doing and what I won't be doing. What I will be doing is using ChatGPT purely for brainstorming and feedback. I will be asking it for ideas to improve the character's design, symbolism, or personality, and then, of course, redrawing everything myself from scratch. What I won't be doing is generating any kind of AI artwork. This project will stay strictly text-based when it comes to AI. Every visual you'll see of the character will be fully drawn by me. And throughout this video, I will of course be discussing the role of AI in the art world, especially in the big 2025. Obviously, AI generated artwork is undeniably harmful for artists and steals their work, but can it be used more like this, as more of a helper rather than a replacement for an artist? Or is even this harmful to, let's say, for designers specifically? We'll get into that and more. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are on ChatGPT. Let me just really quickly make sure I'm not recording the music here. Okay, so we're okay. Alright, so where do I even begin? So let me first begin by telling ChatGPT about the character. So I do want to mention that she obviously, I'll put it on the screen right here, the initial design that I have right now is obviously inspired by magicians and the such. But yeah, right now I just feel like it is just lacking a little bit. It just doesn't have that punch that some of the other characters have at the moment. Based off the textbook magician, it's actually harder than you think to prompt something like this. I mean, it's just a pose, so we can refine it later if we really need to. Low mid angle, slight upward tilt, three quarters view, really. Okay, so canvas in portrait orientation. I have actually prepared that. Horizon line just above knee level. Okay, it's getting very in depth here, which I do like. Okay, so starting with the pose. So, the chin needs to be slightly tilted down despite the low angle. You mean slightly tilted down on the drawing or for her? Because even if it's slightly tilted down, since this is a low angle, it'll still be tilted up for us. Okay, so whenever the sound quality gets a bit better, it is probably me doing a voiceover. I didn't talk too much while actually drawing, since I do start focusing really hard whenever I draw, so I decided to talk about some of today's topics with a voiceover instead. So, AI image generators, where do I even begin? Obviously, as an artist, I am against the use of generative AI for the purpose of creating art, but at the same time, over the years, I was really surprised at how many people just don't really care whether an image is made with AI or not. I've seen businesses use it for ads, for menu items if it was a restaurant, and even logos. Oh, I know what to talk about. I absolutely hate those Studio Ghibli style images. Tell me this isn't an absolute insult to life itself. Now, this dude, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he is a gazillionaire at this point, and obviously he could have commissioned an artist to make a Ghibli profile picture for him easily, but at the same time, I don't think he would have been interested in getting something like that done if AI wasn't a thing. So it's almost more the process of generating this image yourself with the text that you feed into the machine that I guess is the thing they like. Not necessarily the output most of the time. Artists are a very, very small minority of the population, and so I think it is indeed a losing battle. It would be naive of us to think we could just stop AI image generators entirely, unless some crazy law is passed with the copyright stuff. Oh, he wants me to partially cover one eye for a touch of mystery. The underside of the brim visible because of the low angle. This gives depth and makes the heart. Wait, but then how do you want me to cover the eye if you want me to show the underside? This is why AI should not be artists. Okay, well, I have done the best I can. So the flow and silhouette. Visual rhythm matters from top to bottom. Your views I should follow. The head tilt, to the gaze, which is there, to the extended arm. Hold on, which one? This one? To the flowing cape, yep. And then to the front leg. Perfect! Okay, so back to the drawing board. Yeah, this is what I like about ChatGPT and AI in general. You can basically ask, well, not ask, what would you say? You can basically reference anything, like this specific anime, well, not specifically anime, but these, you know, these eye types that are usually drawn in stylized artwork, and it just understands. It would obviously know immediately what I'm talking about. Whereas if I'm asking a real person to do this, maybe it'll take about a minute of explaining. Are they called plates or plaids? Plaids later. I'm sure he will know what I'm talking about. So she shouldn't have the bubbly open face design of a Genki girl, nor the cold eyes of a top tier boss. Gentle upturn, moderate almond shape. Gentle upturn, does that mean positive canthal tilt? Maybe I should have just said that to Chat. I don't know, it just feels weird saying that kind of stuff to ChatGPT. It's like saying that to an old person. 1 or 2 lashes drawn separately, really getting into the minute details here. Iris to eye ratio about 1 to... what? 2.3? How am I supposed to know that? Yes, eyebrows are very, very important. That's why people look weird when they don't have eyebrows. Okay, let's just start. Let's just see how it goes. So we are saying that the eyes are moderate almond shape. Let me draw the head first real quick. But especially recently, the AI has been getting crazy for sure. I'm sure you guys would have seen the new Sora model that can generate anime. Are you kidding me? I actually watched the AI generated scene of Megumi getting slimed out by the grade 8 curse. Come on, man. I was quite lucky since my biggest interest in art was always comics and storytelling, because it made me not worry as much as most other artists probably, because AI is really bad at consistency and coherent stories and coherent consistent stories, but who knows. I'm seeing AI anime now, for goodness sake. Now onto the stuff I said in the intro. What about using AI like this as more of a support than a main DPS? Basically just helping me find information on how to draw this specific character rather than having it draw the character for me entirely. I do think that this is a much better application of AI, but the reason it's such a complicated thing is because now can't you argue AI is stealing a job from a designer now? It would be hypocritical of me to absolutely bash on people who like generating AI images, because I've gotten hours and hours of entertainment from AI myself, even though it was only from text. Could all of these conversations have been done with a human being? Absolutely, but here's the thing. I wouldn't have talked to anyone about these things if AI wasn't a thing anyway. So it's a complicated thing for sure, AI. So we're going for curved lines, specifically with the sleeves, precision, straight or tapering ankles at waist or boots, implied discipline or control. Okay, so it's doing the cape first, which I do not like. Okay, what is that? Hold on. What are you showing me here? Hold on. Okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. Mid-thigh to knee length, asymmetrical cut, longer in the back, slightly shorter in the front, so her legs and boots are visible. I mean, that's obvious. Long capes tend to overtake the design and can look heavy when drawn frequently. Mid-length. Okay, so now, will I use AI like this again for future characters? Probably not, is my answer. What I think I would use it for more is for research. I'll probably think of 90% of the things the AI suggested in this video myself in the future and just ask it for help on specifically just research to make designs more accurate to the time or place or whatever. Plus, this was so damn hard. Like, I could barely follow when it got to the smaller details, and I basically just gave up. I think I like my artistic freedom. But at the same time, this redesign would have turned out much differently if I didn't use the AI suggestions. I really like the straps on the boots. Never would have thought of that until maybe a few years later when I've been more exposed to fashion in a more serious study. Outfit design is tough, guys. It's definitely one of the things I struggle with the most now. Now that I have, you know, the sort of the basics down, it's just applying those basics in a more creative level It's just, yeah, it's really tough. And yeah, fashion design as well. You guys are crazy. But yeah, I don't think I will be using AI in this exact way in the future. It was really tough, and you know, I like thinking of things myself. I like having the freedom to draw the pose however I want, or the clothes however I want. I'm just realizing how no drip I have in real life, because I have no idea what any of these are. Okay, what's a short leg now? No! Okay, so I'm gonna mangafy this a little bit now that the design is done. Okay, so this is the design ChatGPT mostly came up with. I got rid of some of the things I added without the input of ChatGPT because, you know, the point of the video was to let it do the redesign. So, and yeah, you can see what I was talking about. I like my artistic freedom. I was just adding stuff just to add stuff. But yeah, this character will appear in person very soon in my series. I just gotta redraw the 2 panels she's in first. And if you want to read it, it's on the Patreon listed on my channel banner. It's completely free to read, the full chapters. They're completely free to read. The paid tiers are for if you want to support me or want to see the pages as they are done. So what do you guys think of AI in general? Do you like generating AI images? Do you use it as a reference perhaps? That's a big one. Maybe you use it more like I did today, or maybe you are just a committed hater all the way. Please do let me know in the comments. I would love a discussion to form in there. But being honest, this video is very experimental and not really my usual spiel. So it'll probably get like 16 views if I'm being honest with myself. If you want to see a video where I talk about another big artist topic, talent, it should be shown on the screen now. Thank you as always for watching till the end, and a like and a sub is appreciated as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.